Hi everyone, and welcome to Charm City Trivia's very first online quiz show, Cabin Fever Edition, Episode 1. My name is Kira, and I am the Operations Manager, also known as the Trivia Goddess for Charm City Trivia. And obviously, we're in the same boat as most of you, and we've shut down our weekly operations, but we wanted to put this out here as a way to entertain you guys while you guys are dealing with the same cabin fever lockdown issues that we are from a pandemic that shall not be mentioned. I am going to be drinking an entire glass of, if you want to know what I'm drinking, Bordy Vineyards Merlot Reserve glass bottle while we do this, because I got picked as the very first host of this game show. So, just to let you know a little bit about what we're going to be doing this evening, it is obviously different than the way we are normally going to do our game. It is not a full 2-hour game. It's going to be about 15 minutes, 20 maximum, I promise. And it's going to be a lot more fast-paced. So if you need to pause this video at any given time, please do so that you can come up with your answers. Don't cheat. I know who you are, you cheaters, you cheating cheaters. And then let us know your score at the end of the game. You'll be calculating your own stuff. Math is hard, so double check everything, guys. It's a lot easier and a lot more fast-paced game. So let me show you what we're working with a little bit today. This is our mini game. We actually run this game at a lot of special events. Normally an hour instead of 2 hours, but we're gonna run it in about 15 minutes. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about what we're doing. So if you notice, there are actually 3 rounds of questions. There are going to be 5 answers, questions in each round, and 5 answers. And they're going to be 2 toss-ups. So you can either just take out a piece of paper and do 5 questions, 1 question for toss-up, 5 questions, 1 toss-up, and then 5 more answers, and then a final. That's 18 questions, 18 little lines that you need to make for the entire game. Or hopefully in the link we can actually maybe put the file that this is so that you can download it and print it yourself, whichever you'd like to do. But we're going to start with the first 5 questions. Each round is a little bit different. The first round is worth 2 points for each question you get right. The second round is worth 4 points for each question you get right, and the last round is worth 6 points for each question you get right. The toss-ups are going to be a range question, so if you get within a certain range, we're going to give you 5 points for the toss-up, and that is like the closest you can get. That would be like if you won a round of shots, which I say go ahead and pour yourself some shots just in case you win the shots, because we're not giving them to you tonight. You'll have to get them to yourself, but that is acceptable because you're at home. And then if you get within a larger range, we will give you 3 additional points. All of those, if you add them all up throughout the entire game before going into the final, you will have 70 points. The final round is worth 30. A perfect game is 100. So I know you know what you're going for here. So we're going to start with the very first round, and it is worth 2 points apiece, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the categories. It doesn't really matter as much as the normal game because there's no wagering, but just so that you guys know what we're going to be talking about. And let's see how you do. Are you ready? I'm ready. I got my wine. Let's do this. I'm going to ask these questions rapid fire, much like we asked them in our half times at regular trivia. So here we go. Your categories are track and field, losers, jobs in movies, state nicknames, and civil rights. I'm not going to repeat those because they don't really matter. We're just going to go right into the questions. Question number 1, I'll read them each twice and slowly, and then give you about 20 seconds that you can pause and think of the answers and then move along. All right, here we go. Number 1, in track and field, what event takes contestants to the greatest heights? Again, in track and field, what event takes contestants to the greatest heights? Question 2. What NFL team lost the most recent Super Bowl? Ooh. What NFL team lost the most recent Super Bowl? Question number 3. In the film What Women Want, Mel Gibson stars as Nick Marshall, a bigwig who is in what line of work? Is it law, medicine, advertising, or acting? Okay, so I know this was a while ago, but What Women Want. Mel Gibson stars as Nick Marshall, a bigwig who is in what line of work? Those choices were law, medicine, advertising, or acting. Question number 4. Which U.S. state is nicknamed the Pelican State? Which U.S. state was nicknamed the Pelican State? Question number 5. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, launched to help young people in Memphis, was founded by what civil rights leader? Again, that was the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, launched to help young people in Memphis, was founded by what civil rights leader? Okay, this is the time I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the clock. It's a great time to pause it if you want a little bit of extra time, and you get to watch me drink wine. Really good. Okay, those 20 seconds are up. That was so fast. Here we go. In track and field, I'm going to give you these answers. So get ready. 2 points for each one you get right. In track and field, what event takes contestants to the greatest heights? That is obviously pole vault. Again, this is round 1, guys. It should be pretty easy. Number 2, the NFL team that lost the most recent Super Bowl was the San Fran 49ers. Again. Ooh. All right, number 3. In the film What Women Want, Nick Marshall, which is played by Mel Gibson, is in advertising. Question number 4. The U.S. state nicknamed the Pelican State is Louisiana. And number 5. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, launched to help young people in Memphis, was founded by none other than Martin Luther King Jr. Now we're moving on to our first toss-up. For those of you who are new to playing our game, toss-ups are educated guess questions, so take your best guess on this one. We don't expect you to nail the correct answer. Again, after we're done, I will tell you if you came within one of the 2 ranges that we're looking for to get 3 or 5 points. If you don't come within those 2 ranges, you'll get a big fat 0. So here we go. Question number 1 in terms of toss-ups. In what year was the first hybrid vehicle created, which combined a gas-powered vehicle with a battery-operated motor? Again, what year was the very first hybrid vehicle created? It combined a gas-powered vehicle with a battery-operated motor, which is what a hybrid is. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds on the clock here. Take a big swig. Pause if you need to. So good. In what year was the very first hybrid vehicle created, which combined gas-powered vehicle with a battery-operated motor? That answer is 1896. 1896, that far ago? What are we still doing? Am I right? Okay. If you came within the range of 1866 to 1926, you're going to get 3 points. But even closer, you will get 5 points if you came within the range of 1881 to 1911. You had to come within, let's do some quick math, Kira. That's not quick. 15 either way. And you would have gotten 5 points, but 30, you would have gotten 3 points. So add that into your score. We are moving into round 2. There are 5 questions again. And we are going to give you 4 points for each one of these that you get right. So, categories are our Facebook Hymn of the Week, which of course is now null and void. Patrick Stewart. If you didn't look it up, I'm sorry. Now you know. And then number 2 would be How It Feels. Number 3 is Champagne. My favorite. And 4 is Fast Food. And lastly, Hot Hits. Here we go. Question number 1. Patrick Stewart lends his voice to what character in the live-action show Snow White, an enchanting musical at Disneyland? Again, Patrick Stewart lends his voice to what character in the live-action show Snow White, an enchanting musical at Disneyland? Question number 2. Using both the day's temperature and humidity, what is the name of the scale we used to measure what the temperature actually feels like that day? Again, using both the day's temperature and humidity, what's the name of the scale used to measure what the temperature actually feels like that day? Number 3, a magnum of champagne. M-A-G-N-U-M, magnum. You know what magnum is, right? Of champagne is how many liters? 1, 1.25, 1.5, or 1.75? Again, a magnum of champagne is how many liters? 1, 1.25, 1.5, or 1 3/4. Number 4, what fast food restaurant founded in 1964 was named for the Raffel brothers, R-A-F-F-E-L, the Raffel brothers, Forrest and Leroy? Again, what fast food restaurant founded in 1964 was named for the Raffel brothers, Forrest and Leroy? And lastly, number 5, Stupid Love is a recent top 5 hit for what singer born Stefani Germanotta? Or Stephanie Germanotta. There you go. Stupid Love is a recent top 5 hit for what singer born Stephanie Germanotta? Here's the time. 20 seconds on the clock. Pause it if you need more time. Okay, time's up. Here we go. Now, the first question of this round, I'm going to give you the answers. Patrick Stewart lends his voice to the magic mirror in Snow White, an Enchanting Musical at Disneyland. That makes a lot of sense. Number 2, using both the day's temperature and humidity, what it actually feels like, the scale is called a heat index. That makes sense. And number 3, a magnum of champagne is how many liters? Well, magnums are pretty big. It is 1.5 liters. 1.5 liters. Number 4, what fast food restaurant founded in 1964 was named for the Raffel brothers, Forrest and Leroy? The Raffel brothers. It is R&B. Raffel brothers. Arby's is the correct answer. Number 5, Stupid Love is a recent top 5 hit for none other than Lady Gaga. And we are moving into our second toss-up. I hope you got some shots ready because I feel like you're gonna get some. Here we go. According to IMDb.com, how many acting credits does Elvis have? Again, according to IMDb.com, how many acting credits does Elvis have? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds on the clock. No looking it up on IMDb. I know you got the internet browser right there. Don't do that. Pause if you need to. Okay, according to IMDb.com, how many acting credits does Elvis have? The correct answer? 31. Yes, of course, he was an actor as well as a musician. In fact, he did both at the same time, quite a bit. So here's the range. If you came within 10, either like less or more, we gave you 3 additional points. So 21 to 41, we gave you 3 points. If you came a little bit closer and came within 5 on either side, you would receive 5 points. So 26 to 36, you will receive 5 points. And a round of shots from your own liquor cabinet. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just filling up, by the way. We are moving into round 3. Oh, did I really finish that bottle of wine? This is totally happening right now. This is a big glass, but I will handle this. So here we go. Round 3. This one is worth 6 points apiece. So 6 points apiece. This is where it's at, people. Don't screw this up. You know, you're got a lot on the line here. Like your dignity and integrity and or whatever. All right. The categories are eras. What do you stand for? For the first time, legends, and contract law. Okay, here we go. Number 1. What period of history? An era in which there was a rediscovery of the classics began at the end of the Black Death in Europe. Again, what period of history? An era in which there was a rediscovery of the classics began at the end of the Black Death in Europe. Question number 2. What does the L stand for in the name of the electronics brand LG? I have choices here. Do you want choices? Oh, I don't hear anyone, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. We have long, lucky, lion, or low. Again, long, lucky, lion, or low. Take your best guess. Number 3 here. What space phenomenon was seen for the very first time by NASA telescopes in April of 2019? What space phenomenon was seen for the first time by NASA telescopes in April of 2019, very recently? And number 4, according to legend, what man whose elopement with Helen helped cause the Trojan War fired the arrow that hit Achilles in the heel? He did a lot of things there, apparently. According to legend, what man whose elopement with Helen helped cause the Trojan War actually fired the arrow that hit Achilles in the heel? And then lastly, a proponent in contract law, what is the meaning of the Latin phrase caveat emptor? And I'm going to spell that again. A proponent in contract law, what is the meaning of the Latin phrase caveat, which is caveat, emptor, E-M-P-T-O-R? Okay, I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the clock. Ten seconds. If you want to pause, now would be the time. Okay. We asked question number 1. What period of history, an era in which there was a rediscovery of the classics, began at the end of the Black Death in Europe? That is the Renaissance, people. Obviously. Number 2. The L in LG stands for lucky, or whatever. Lucky Gold Star. Lucky Gold Star is actually what it is. Number 3. What space phenomenon was seen for the first time ever by NASA telescopes in April 2019? We're talking about the black hole, people. Yes, I've seen a black hole. How do you even do that? That's crazy. I'm going to have to go look at pictures. Number 4. According to legend, what man whose elopement with Helen helped cause the Trojan War fired the arrow that hit Achilles in the heel? Talking about Paris. And lastly, caveat emptor in contract law means buyer beware. All right, so now we're going to give you about 15 seconds to calculate your scores going into the final question. Pause now if you need to do math. Math is hard. Double check it, triple check it, make sure. But it's a lot easier because it's not the hard standard stuff. And I'm just going to drink for 5 more seconds. Okay. Now you have your score, and we're going into the final question. Now here's how the final is going to work. You can wager on this question 0 to 30 points. It's a little different than normal. If you get a perfect score today and you have 70 leading into the final and you get this last question, you will get 100 points, and that is a perfect mini game score, which is kind of awesome. I kind of like it. But if not, you're going to post whatever you got. Be honest. Have fun with it. And here we go. It is subtracted from your score if you get the answer incorrect. 0 to 30. Wager carefully because everything is on the line. Final category, track and field. Nope, that's not right. Final category. I've been drinking, guys. Just leave me alone. Landlocked is your final category. What country located in the Horn of Africa is the most populous landlocked country in the world and was once historically known as Abyssinia? And I'm going to spell that for you. It is Abyssinia. One more time. What country located in the Horn of Africa is the most populous landlocked country? and was once historically known as Abyssinia. Abyssinia. All right, I'm going to give you 20 seconds on the clock. Final question. Pause if you need a little bit more time. Because here we go. What country located in the Horn of Africa is the most populous landlocked country in the world and was once historically known as Abyssinia? The correct answer is Ethiopia. Oh, how did you guys do? All right, calculate your scores. Post them in the comments, either on our YouTube or our Facebook. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about this. Honestly, let us know who you want to host next. I know you guys have a lot of host preferences. So tell us who you would like to host this in the future. We'd love to get some of our other hosts involved. And we hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. Obviously, I'm drinking an entire boatload of wine. But of course, I'm working from home and I run a trivia company. So that... is that really atypical? I don't know. But I'm here and I'm so glad, and we're happy to be here with you guys and doing this with you. So we will see you next time. Stay tuned. If you liked it, we'll keep this up and we'll do another series. Have a great night, and I will be talking to you soon. And as usual, my little quizzies, talk nerdy to me. Yeah.